we are not benefiting to what belongs to us. That makes us poorer and poorer. And those managers, they work for their bosses. They protect their own job rather than protect the interests of the poor majority people in rural communities. That's the problem. Do you think God is stupid who created those indigenous people and planted them there so that they benefit what is theirs? If you go to cities because there is a totality of insanity, we don't respect our own customs. We think we are civilized there, but we are creating enmity to the culture. Even our forefathers, they don't know who we are, how we live, what we do, how we socialize. That cultural erosion brings a lot of mishaps. Now let me tell you something.
Yes.
Because what we do, because of culture, it has contributed to this climate change.
I come as a child who wants to learn our own culture. Even 50 years from now, we won't be having this kind of information that you are sharing.
Out of 1,000 young people,
Yes.
you are the only one
Yes.
who come to understand their heritage, their cultural identity. Exploit your own cultural identity, use as a tool to get your own self-employed. Colonization made us to distance ourselves from our cultural identity, from our religion, so that we are controlled. All our knowledge will be eroded, so that what we know is what they told us. But God said the role of the man was to care for all these natural resources. Now there is a lot of destruction. Look, we have got what you call today human and wildlife conflicts. Why? We don't respect the animals. We move where they live. We make a lot of noise. We don't ask the permission to go there. We disturb them. They stand to defend themselves. Remember, in our culture, we would talk. Let's say a member come into your house.
Yes.
Culturally, you take whether maize, whether sorghum, zio, or rapok, whatever, you spray on it, it coils. 5 minutes is gone. It understands that I am not welcome. But we make a lot of noise. All those snakes are helping us. We have got a lot of rodents. They come to take care. You can live with a mamba even for 5 years without attacking anybody. But when you make noise, it will stand to defend. We cause a lot of problems. Let's live in harmony with each other and in harmony with nature. We want to. Why? We use our family names as animals, as everything. Everything is caring. Civilized people, they don't know conservation. That's why they destroyed everything, even the dinosaurs, everything. But why in Africa, even using the natural resources, we could leave them sustainable for the future generations. But commercialization, people they come destroyed because they need a lot of money. What they look at the value. They deplete. There is no social-friendly ecological survey how we deplete, how we use those natural, because we look at how do we benefit first. Who is benefiting? It's the businessman.
Yes.
It's not the indigenous people. Yeah. We like to capacitate to understand the cultural dynamics, our cultural heritage, so that you are the really custodian of that indigenous knowledge for the future generations, so that you always pass on it.
I wanted to ask.
Yes, please.
Why is it that Africans are so poor from your own perspective?
Fine. The richest continent in the world is Africa. Who owns the resources? Foreign owned. We are workers. We are paid. Most of the resources, they are taken in raw materials. It goes to create employment for where they are. We don't own. We get nothing. And they deplete, they extract poison so that you die. Your cattle, it makes you to be poorer. That investment is not socially friendly. To the people on the ground, they are staying undeveloped poor because it's draining out of them what belongs to them. Instead of to power. We want investment which will capacitate our young generations, so that they be the future managers, the future, whether it's mining, miners, capacitated by that. But it's a shame. And most of the indigenous people in rural communities, they are not intellectuals. When we talk of funding, even the presidential funding, those clever fools who live in cities, they put their own children. They are shortchanging the indigenous people who are the owner. Most of the people in the cities, some are coming everywhere in the world. They are the beneficiaries, leaving the poorer people in rural communities. What are we saying? It will create enmity in between the city people and rural people. So that only is very wrong. We should look at beyond. Anything which comes, let's go beyond to those poorer people, capacity in knowledge. One. And on anything which we have an agreement, whether it has whatever the investment, we should look at how does the community beneficiation is lacking in Africa.
What should we do to change things?
Let's correct that. Let's lobby that we should have share for what is belonging to us. We are the beneficiaries first. The state is there because of us. Every political structure didn't bring resources, didn't bring animals, including tourism. They are using that. They make it to erode our own so that we see things done by white men thinking that it is good. Huh? They have patented all these things, even the natural resources, all these herbs which belong to us, as if they have got knowledge on that. That's where the mistake comes. We don't respect Africa. Lobby that remove all those patents. Patent rights is slavery, young man.
You are very knowledgeable in everything that you do. And you told me that you never went to school for all of that.
Yes, I like that.
Huh?
Because if I went to school, I would be stupid, greedy to work for myself, selfishness.
No Ubuntu.
No Ubuntu. Ubuntu is sharing. I was there to challenge the intellectual mentality. I am the representative of the people or voiceless people. Now, our oppressors are the intellectuals. How they were schooled? Wrong schooling. They don't think Ubuntu. They don't share. There is that pride to say, I want to be rich. By what? Now everyone is running for mining. Those minings, those minerals belong to those communities. The other questions, how much do you plow back to the community? Nothing. So we're even slaving almost. It's because of the school. So I noticed that. I went all over the world challenging the intellectual mentality to correct that, so that we should understand, have tangible, even our government, even our political will should have community beneficiations. Can I make a good example?
Yes, please.
The general regulations of the national parks is saying if you become a safari operator, if you become a hunter, you should be regulated by the safari operators. You should be represented by all other companies in tourism in order to be somebody, well, let me say a clever fool for them. You represent their interest. And it was written, after that, there are 3 question marks. Skin color, white. Did they bring any animals here?
No.
Did they bring any natural resources here?
No.
Now, let me say, all our politicians are contented there because they are paid for that. But they don't think for the people. Why can't they remove that clause to be corrected? That's why the crisis. And specified that National Parks Forestry is community land, though National Parks is the director. But if it's a community, we should have shares from the forest. When they make all these agreements, whatever it is, they tender other people, we should have a piece of share, direct share to the community. Well, up to now, we are not compensated when they come to destroy our crops, lions killing our cattle, everything. We feed them for those who are rich so that they sell those resources outside the people. is to enrich them. Why way to feeding them? It's like the West, like the intellectual mentality. Huh? They talk about the rights of the lions who kill our cattle, elephants, everything, destroy our cattle so that we become poorer and poorer, so that we come to beg for them as if they are masters, yet they are using our own money. They teach their children, not teaching the rural life, capacitated so that their children to control. What about those people who are you are part of the marginalization? You are part of the apathy of the system. They are coming as if they are helping you, but look at how much development is brought into that, even the NGO community. There is nothing. They are just use all that money is plundered in workshops and in hotels
For
what?
years.
For years without tangible results.
Yes,
So is it not part of exploitation?
it is.
There is another form of capitalism now in the what is called, you know, most of the people, they come and get your knowledge, inquiring, asking questions.
Yes.
But when they are marketing themselves, they are saying, we've done this for Africa, we've skilled them. All those workshops, all those pictures, they want to get money, but that money will find the workers there. They become rich with everything. But what about those people who are being used only food, bread, and those soft drinks? Is that not part of slavery? So we should change. What you want to be packaged, it should our idea included there. The beneficiaries mostly, we should have a direct share as community so that we develop. We are not developing because all our resources, all what you have is being depleted by other people.
You said that at university, what is being learned there is just theory.
It's theoretical, it's not practical. Unless you practice. Some of the things you learned in university, practically you don't use it.
Yes.
It's you, when you are in practical, to know which are the better tools to use, better than what you learned in university. That's why they attach you. What's very interesting about that? Almost the people who are attached, whether in hotels, most of those people are unskilled. They teach the intellectual after graduating from school because of the thesis which they got from those unskilled people. You come there and become their manager, and then you tell them, you are stupid guys, you are not educated. That's where the crisis is.
Are things going to get better anytime soon enough?
If we talk, if we are good in defending our rights, you know what? All people, they come and learn the indigenous knowledge from us. Do they pay?
No.
They go and graduate with our indigenous knowledge. They patent as if it was theirs. They forgot where they were capacitated of that knowledge.
You spoke about a doctor who came here in Zimbabwe to do some research, and they were told that this place is spiritual, and they insisted.
And then what I liked, they were attacked by spiritual attack.
So the point is that they're taking something from us and then...
And what I liked, spiritual attack. The doctors said it was brain drainage. I like that.
Yeah.
It drained everything which they thought they took from us, become ill. They went back to America without anything, emptied that knowledge. You know, that is spiritual attack. 3 days, treat them, they're okay. So, you know, that's why our spirits now, they are even fighting for us. Us who are failing our spirits, because it's us who are selling that without any beneficiation to that community. Ubuntu.
What should we do to improve life in the rural areas?
Let's come together, associate.
Really?
Anyone who is leading should not be paid. You are there voluntary. If you move, someone comes in. We move. Let's rotate. Because when you are there, if you are skilled enough, capacitate others to come in and rotate, you stand behind, perfect them. So that at the end, it will be the whole community which is capacitated. Everyone has got good quality of leadership. And then we'll always pass it to our husband.
Good point.
That's where the crisis comes.
You are 80 years old.
Young, not old.
Don't look 80. You're moving around. I've been here. I did take some footage. I got tired. I sat down. But you...
First of all, let's check the balances. What do we eat? Is it organic? All food which young generation like has got content of chemicals. And they destroy your body slowly. That's another problem. What type of medicine? Content of chemicals. Your body, they were born with natural, but then you are immunized, you are putting chemicals in your child's baby. And you are forced even by the World Health Organization to immunize. That's what civilization. You have no choice. Poisoning your child's body. Those chemicals are not good. Look, you saw some of the cancer clients here.
Yes.
They are failing to, because when you have got cancer, it reacts to chemicals. But your treatment is chemicals. You are complicating that cancer and it resists. You offload them when they reach level 4. You have already practiced witchcraft in other people's body. What you eat is full of chemicals. Those broilers which we like, there is content in those food. It's not natural food. We are poisoning our own body. If they grow fast, even their heart can't work properly. Sometimes if you open them, you'll find there's a bit of watery caused by those chemicals. And you think you are just, and we chew those bones with content of chemicals. Those chemicals come to our bodies and they react. Now, they alterate our body. You are aging, people die young, and their bodies are altered. You know, they're like the broilers, and they can't regulate what is, you know. I like when I take younger ones, when we don't have El Nino, taking them into the jungle. All wild, you know, fruits, eat them. Foldering, you're just eating all different plants, all fruits. It helps your body to regulate itself with good nutrients. Do you practice that?
No. No.
Even when you use your water from your refrigerator, when you drink it, the digestion systems is not good because of that ice water. And what you don't understand, that gas which make ice in your refrigerator is not good for your body. So it's like we're practicing witchcraft on our bodies. And then I don't know, it's a choice, my young man.
I've seen that a lot of people are here for you.
That's why.
Are we waking up to realize that we should go back to our roots?
That's what we should do. As African, if we want to live a good life, let's go back to our roots. If you don't know, go to other elderly person. They will have to capacitate, listen attentively. Don't try to make them that they know nothing, they know better. There are a lot of things, scientific things, which they don't work scientifically, but it needs a better understanding from the people, how they did it. We didn't have all these diseases, we didn't have cancer, we didn't have high blood pressure, but you've got medicine to do that.
I'm happy these days. Back in the days when someone says I'm from the rural areas, people would laugh. But these days, when someone say that you have strong rural background, people are now proud. I
had a talk in this Victoria Falls early 1990. I had a good message said, all these clever fools who live in time, all these stupid intellectuals, one day they will go back to their rural areas. They will suffer. And it's unfortunate because they have taught their children in a wrong manner. And I had to bear it. Lucky enough, COVID came at the end of the year. They became stupid. They sold whatever they were. And rural people benefited from those stupid guys selling everything. It was a good lesson to them.
I want to go back to education. Do you think that our culture and tradition is not being taught enough?
I like to say it. Bring young generations, for your own information, at a school from Harare. It's a new school because I haven't heard about that school, but it came here for 6 days, 6 nights.
Here? That's amazing.
It's Horizon School of what? Learning. Somewhere in those big people.
Yeah.
They were here for 6 days. They enjoyed themselves. Horizon School of Learning. They enjoyed it for those six days. Who packaged them? Who brought them here? It was wrong food, which they didn't like. I changed it. They ate what we thought it was good. They enjoyed our food. The children enjoyed it. That's how, if you bring your children here, we teach them, capacitate them to know what they should eat, how they should end the behavior. When people come to Africa, they should respect your culture.
Yes.
Your religion.
Yes.
Your homestead.
Yes.
Your privacy.
Yes.